Hi Flosstube, welcome to my channel and my first ever Flosstube video. It's quite scary, isn't it, talking to yourself in the camera and no one else being around, and if anybody walked in now and caught me, they'd think I was crazy. Anyway, I'm Steph, I'm from Stitchy Steph at Instagram and I'll leave it in the description box below. I'm 31, I'm from a little seaside resort town called Redcar in the northeast of England, hence accent. And I've been cross-stitching since I was 14, maybe 15. So quite a long time. Obviously I've had like breaks in the middle and I've fallen out of love with it and back into love with it and had kids in that time. So like I said, I've got two little girls. One's 2 next week and a 3-year-old. So my cross-stitching's limited on a night. Obviously at the moment the kids can't go up with the grandparents, so everything I'm doing is like jam-packed on a night. But I really need to get a like daylight or something bulb so I can carry on stitching, because I just lose interest once it gets dark and I'll go in the right little mood. So if anybody's got any recommendations for lamps, put them in the comments below please. I got married last May the 4th. I am the Star Wars fan, much to my husband's dismay. And I love anything to do with Disney. We're just Disney geeks. Or Disnerds, which I don't really like that word. But, yeah. My girls absolutely love Disney, so there's always something on the TV that's got Disney on it. My husband wasn't really a fan when we first got together, and then now we've had kids and I've dragged him to Disneyland Paris, he's sort of turned and he loves it now. He's the one that sort of says, oh, should we watch this Disney movie? And, yeah. Even though he'll probably say, oh no, it's not me, it's you that wants to watch them all the time. Anyway, like I say, I've been sewing, stitching, cross-stitching since I was 14, 15, and I absolutely love it. I've got medical issues and conditions, and I've always been in and out of hospital my whole life, so I've always needed something to sort of take the pain away and distract me from being in hospital or not being able to do what I need to do. And because I've never done PE or anything like that at school, I did cross-stitching and textiles. So it was sort of like, my mum actually taught me how to cross-stitch when I was younger, and so I've got a lot to thank my mum for. And she doesn't really cross-stitch now though, but she does a lot of sewing. So she's quite supportive, everyone's very supportive of what I do. So, and a lot of things that I sew is either for my girls or my mum or my husband's mum. Obviously men don't normally really appreciate that sort of stuff, so I sort of try and give it to my like old mums. I started out, actually, I didn't start out cross-stitching. I started out with tapestry, and it was so boring and tedious, and it was the one where you get, and it's, the colours are already on the page, and you literally just saw through. And I just found it so boring. So I needed something. And my mum was like, well, why don't you try cross-stitching? And I was like, but it's an old lady project thing. I'm not interested, I'm not old. She was like, no, try it. There's some beautiful things out there. Just try it, you'll like it. And of course I did. I absolutely love it. So I've only done a few projects, and I didn't know that you could have more than one project on the go at once. So since I found Flosstube, and to be honest that wasn't that long ago, I only found it about 3 weeks ago. So since I found Flosstube, I found you can have more than one project. So guess what? I've got 3 projects on the go, and I feel so naughty. And like I'm flitting between them, but one of them I need to get finished because I've been on it for about 5 years. So I need that one finishing desperately because it's starting to drive me insane. And I've even like cut out the background so I don't have as much to stitch. It is a DMC photo, so I'm like cutting out little bits so I don't have to stitch it. And I'm scared now that I've done that, it's not going to make the photo look as real as the photo did. But I'm hoping, if everyone likes this video, that my next few videos are going to be like my whips, my previous projects, my future projects, maybe a tour of my craft room. I don't just cross stitch. I sort of like, I have a Cricut machine, I've got sewing machines, I've got wood burning tools, I've got heat presses, I've got all sorts. So I might show you that if everybody likes my videos. I hope you do. Please be kind. So my job, I actually didn't start out liking cross stitch, not liking cross stitch, sorry. My original job was a beauty therapist, and then a few years ago I took on doing a diploma in makeup artistry, and it just isn't for me. I'm not that sort of person that likes all that, and I'm just not. I'm creative when it comes to cross stitching and sewing. I can't draw, so I'm not really into like all that sort of thing. So now, while my kids are so young, I'm more of a stay-at-home mum, and I do like little bits. I've got a few little stitch people that people ask me to sew and cross stitch for friends and family that I do, and so I sort of do that, but as a job, not yet. And there's no point to my youngest at school anyway, so and to be honest, it's that hard work looking after 2 under 5. I'm knackered. Like, I don't know how people do it with kids and go to work. Like, I just seem to like, yeah, constantly be tired. Yeah, so I started off cross stitching, like I say, when I was younger, sort of to take my mind off hospitals and stuff, and it's just grown passion after passion. And when I was younger, my papa, my granddad, like my mum's dad, Papa, we call him Papa, he had a few cross stitches that he got left from presents and stuff. Unfortunately, he's passed away now, and I started off doing them just to sort of like get me back into it, and I was like, yeah, I'm back in love now, I need to carry on doing this. So yeah, so Flosstube, why didn't I know there was a whole community of Flosstubers? Like, hi. Sorry, my hands are this colour. I've been dyeing Ada, and I didn't wear gloves. I got that caught up in the moment. I just did not wear gloves. So yeah, when I'm cross stitching, we're normally sat in front of the TV. I don't really watch TV though. It's like there and it's on, but I don't really watch it. I sort of go in my own little world. But, or I don't know, I like listening to music and audiobooks and everything else. And I just TV. Does anybody else think that TV is just rubbish? And it's always just like background noise. So I don't really watch, although we are watching Benidorm at the moment. I know I'm late to the party, I've never seen it before, and I love it. It's so funny. Yeah, so I'm a bit of a weird one, as you can tell. Yeah, so in the last few years, I'd say my stitching style sort of changed. Whereas I was just like the quirky cross stitches that were coming out and the more modern ones, I've sort of gone back. I really like samplers at the moment, and the vintagey sort, and Halloween. I love Halloween cross stitches and Christmassy cross stitch and stuff like that. I mean, for my wedding last year, I actually cross stitched on napkins, mine and my husband's initials, but I couldn't give it to him. Like, I couldn't put it out. I didn't quite finish them in time. I think I had like 15 left to do, and it was the night before the wedding and I couldn't be done. I just couldn't do it. And so we just didn't. I've made all sorts. I'm trying to think what else I've made. I've done a big crinoline lady. That was hard. And it drove me insane because that was like my first big project as a new stitcher. So it was hard. And none of my stitches went the right way and nothing matched. And I'll have to find it and show you, but I've done like little projects. That was my little projects were my first ones, but my big project, like I said, was a crinoline lady, and I think it was out of a magazine actually, and I've still got that magazine upstairs, so I might have to retackle that and do it again and concentrate this time. So I've got, like I say, a little notepad of everything that I need to say, just to sort of boost me. I was never going to be one of these people that sort of spoke for half an hour, 40 minutes, and I'm running out of things to say. I'm like chatty, really. This is why I could never be a beauty therapist or a makeup artist, because I'm just not that chatty. I'm quite a quiet person. So yeah, my love of cross stitch is just everything, like really. And like I said, I didn't realise you could have more than one project on the go. So now I've got that many on the go. Every day I'm sort of wanting to start a new one just because I can. And then I'll have more to show you lot as well. So yeah. Oh, and I've already said I stitched little stitch people, haven't I? But I stitched mine and my husband's stitch people. And that was my first one. And do you know what? Everyone was so lovely about it, because I was like, oh, it's rubbish, I'm going to bin it, I'm going to restart it. And everyone on the Stitch People community Facebook page were just saying like, oh no, it's amazing. And so it sort of like boosted my confidence a little bit, because I'm never really that confident. Everything like I do with sewing and stuff, I want it to be perfect. And especially if people are going to see it as well, you want it to be. So I'm sort of sat on the floor here on a beanbag, just sort of propping myself up. So if there's a funny noise, it's either the dog or this. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else to say now. It's like, I always think that watching other people, they know what to say. They're so confident and outgoing and everything else. And yeah, it's quite difficult. So I always, why is it other places like France and stuff always seem to get the really good cross stitch patterns? Like when I used to go to Disney and France and stuff, I always just buy the magazines and bring them home, like loads home at once, because they were like so much better than the ones we can get. And it's just a variety. But I didn't know Etsy sold patterns neither till the other day. Like I bought, like I said, a big 36-page cross stitch of a Disneyland Paris Park. That one's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Just hope I can find some Aida big enough. If you know any of good shops, let me know down below, please. Like the shops I go to is Hobbycraft, and I never like their fabric. Like I need somewhere that does decent Aida. Is it Aida or Ada? So I've never cross stitched on linen. That's my next one, linen. I'm a bit nervous of linen. I see it and the holes are so small, and I'm a bit like, oh, what do I do? So I've been like watching religiously YouTubers that sort of use linen, and I don't know how you do it. I really don't. Like, your eyes must be amazing. So yeah, right, I think I'm going to leave it here. I think I've waffled on enough and bored everybody, and I hope you'll all come back to my next video, please. Anyway, please come back and let me know what you think, and yeah, thank you, bye.